Hello everyone, it's Professor T. I'm back on Tuesday after celebrating Greek Easter using Zoom conferences. I wonder if you've been using Zoom conferences at home where you can see live video of maybe your mom, your sister, your brother far away. Well, that made me feel better on Greek Easter, and guess what? Yesterday I saw some other people, and you know them, on Zoom conference. Excuse me, I'm gonna make this. Who are these people? I met with Miss Ford from School 21, art teacher, and another art teacher, Miss Kelly, from a special school in Livingston, New Jersey. Over here, here's Miss Masher, art teacher at Panther and at Harp. So we had a great chat and we thought about an art lesson for you together. But first, I want to show you something that makes me so happy. The art teachers sent me in some work. Miss Masher sent me something Janaea did at home with the Anansi the Spider art lesson with, I believe you worked with toilet paper, but this might be tissue. It doesn't matter. What I'm very interested in here, Janaea, is how do you get so many legs? I don't know if you remember when I did it, but I only got 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got all 8 legs of the spider. Way to go. And I would love you to tell Miss Masher how you did that, because I could put it on the blog and we could tell other people. But so great job with your spider. And then we have another artwork by Martha sent in by Miss Masher, an amazing artwork made with homemade paint. Makes me really happy. Martha, you experimented. I'm assuming you used egg tempera and the recipe for the egg yolk and the food coloring, but I'm not sure because I've been reading how many ways there are to make paint at home. What impresses me is the range of colors. You almost go through the whole rainbow. Blue, violet, red, orange, warm orange, yellow. And I'm really impressed. And I'm wondering, did you make all those colors separately and then move them to your artwork? Or did you do some of the blending right here? And then I'm wondering, did you put the black on top? And how did you get the black? So if you tell Miss Masher, I'll put that on the blog too, because I love having participation from families at home, and we can figure out even better ways to do things. Today I've got a surprise. Let me just show you. I have a little thing rigged up over here. This is something that's part of my house. It's a light. I actually found this light on the street. I find a lot of things in Brooklyn that I love. But so this light has holes. It's globe, but it has holes all over it. And when you turn on the bulb, it makes shapes on the black paper. The black paper I'm using now because it's daytime, but at night I don't need the black paper. The shapes are on the wall. I'm wondering if that makes you think of anything. When a light with holes shines, I don't know how well you can see the shapes. All the shapes that are here get projected on to the wall or to the black paper. It's really cool. And it's very accurate. It shows exactly the same shape, except that if you move the light farther and farther away from the wall, the shapes get bigger and bigger, and you could even put them on the ceiling, right? So if those shapes are on the ceiling at night, or if lots of lit up shapes are on the ceiling at night, does it make you think of anything? Does it make you think of the way the sky looks at night? I'm not sure in New Jersey how many stars you can see. In Brooklyn, we can see some. But if I go out a little bit away from the city lights and I look into the sky at night, it's black with many lights. Have you seen that? It's really, really cool. And it's called the galaxy. I've written the vocabulary words here. You're looking up at the galaxy, and in Spanish, I asked Miss Ford how to say some of these words in Spanish, and I hope I'm not mispronouncing them. Galaxia, in the sky at night, right? And one of the stars we might see is the Big Dipper. I drew a picture of the Big Dipper here. It's not a very good one, but have you ever seen that at night in the sky, the Big Dipper? I got this picture by tracing on my computer screen. I just took my paper, I went over to my computer, I researched Big Dipper, and then I just put it on top and traced. So the Big Dipper, what is that in Spanish? The Osa Mayor. I hope I said that correctly. Osa Mayor, Big Dipper. When we go to an indoor place with the galaxy all over the ceiling, it's not outdoors, it's indoors. It's called a planetarium. Planetarium. And one thing I learned from Miss Masher was that her school has a planetarium. How cool is that? Panther Academy has a planetarium. The planetarium is trying to show you what the galaxy looks like, right? I like this idea very much. So when I was talking to the art teachers yesterday, where's my picture of the art teachers? We were all talking about how we could use art materials at home to make our very own planetarium in our house during COVID-19. Can you think of ways to do that? We were thinking of a lot of ways, and you can try some of them. How would we do this? This is what we were talking about. We all talked together. So the first thing we thought of to get this effect of the galaxy with lights all over your ceiling would be, we talked about, first of all, we would take off this piece. Now you can see this is a globe, right? Now you can really see. I think the reason this light was in the street, it was broken. It wasn't glued down anymore, but I didn't care because I love it. So this is like a globe, and everything is cut out of it. All right, so we knew we would want to poke shapes into something, but we didn't know how to start. And we knew we would need a light, right? We're going to need some kind of light. So when we, ooh, my light's broken. Imagine that. It still works, but it's broken at the top. We need something to go around the light, right? Just like this globe goes around the light, we need to make something that goes around the light. But here's what we were thinking. Maybe people won't have a light like this at home. Where will we get the light source? And I learned something new, which you might think I'm silly, but I learned that my phone has a flashlight. Woohoo! My phone has a flashlight, and so does yours. So when you put on the flashlight will flash light up, and you will put something around it to make your planetarium. All right, so how will we make the planetarium? Well, we could take something like this. It's a recycled toilet paper roll, right? And we would have to put some holes in it. This was our first idea. And when I tried to poke a hole with a pencil, it was kind of hard. And it made a hole that the hole was bigger than I wanted. I don't know if you can see that. And so I went down in my kitchen and I started thinking of other things that might be able to poke a hole better than my pencil. Now, I don't know if you have this. What about a meat thermometer? Would that work? Let's try. Does the meat thermometer poke a good hole? I'm afraid you could get hurt because if you put your finger on the other side, the meat thermometer is going to stab you, but it's not too sharp. All right, I got that kind of a hole. Let's try, I don't think this is going to work. A fork? What do you think? It can't be plastic. Forget the fork. What about a cake tester? Do any of you have this? I don't bake much, but if you have this to put in your cake to see if it's done, How sharp is this? You got to be very careful. Doesn't work that good. All right, so far the meat thermometer is the winner. The only other thing I could think of is a Chinese chopstick. Is that going to go through this? So this is one problem, right? Oh boy. Oh gosh, no. So this is cardboard. So that's one problem with using the cardboard for this use. Not that it's not good for other uses. So what about paper? I took my picture of my Big Dipper and I went to the window and I drew it again on another piece of paper, and I wanted to see, could I poke holes on this? Much easier. Although, you're still going to have to find the right tool, and I don't want you to get hurt, obviously. But I think even the pencil was easy. Okay, so this was kind of a thick piece of paper. If you have a thick paper, it would be better because why? Because when we turn on the light at night or in the day and we put the paper over, we don't want too much light to escape from the paper. What if you have no heavy paper? Then you could double up on thin paper, right? You could take a piece of paper like this and another piece like this. You could staple them together. I'm going to reach for my staple. Whoops. So remember that at home, we are trying to invent with whatever materials we have. If we don't have what we want, we're going to try to find another way to make the project. So here's my heavier paper, and then I'm going to take my pencil again and see if that works as a tool. Yes, not bad. And since I like my meat thermometer, why not try that? Yeah, I like that. I like the way my meat thermometer makes holes, but you might not have one at home. Okay, so once you've made all the holes, then what happens? You're going to put on your flashlight on your iPhone, and you're going to make this into a cylinder. Do you know what a cylinder is? Of course you do. A cylinder is a wraparound. It's a circle on the end, but it's a roll. It's a three-dimensional shape with circle, circle. And how are you going to make your cylinder close? Well, you could use tape or a stapler. Now what I want to see is, where is my Big Dipper? I don't want to cover the holes, right? Okay. I'm going to staple, line it up so that both sides are symmetrical circles. Okay? Symmetrical, what does that mean? I did not look that up in Spanish, but it means the same on both sides. Symmetrical. The same. The same on this side and the same on that side. And now we have a cylinder. Let's imagine this is my iPhone. I know it's not, but I'm using my iPhone to tape. So if we put this on and we put it at night, oh yes, that's going to work. Wait, my light is falling. Let me just get it here. If we do this, can you see the light that's going to come out? Yes. But is it better if I have a cover? I think so. I think it would be nice to have a cover. And how would I do that? Easy peasy. We just get a piece of paper, trace the circle. Actually, we would actually trace, I know what we would do. I know what we would do. An art teacher can usually invent a lot of things instantly, right? That's not a very good circle. That's my circle, but I don't want to cut that circle. I want that circle with flaps. So like a flap, I don't know if this is going to work, but I want you to invent your circle that covers. Do you understand what I'm saying? Where's my scissors? Oh, here it is. I want flaps because the flaps will hold down the circle. Let's see if that works. This is all inventing. Okay, so when you hear the word STEAM, do you think of inventing new things? Using science or using technology or using engineering or using math? Did you know we're using all of those subjects right now? We're using science because we're studying a planetarium and the galaxies. We're using math because we have to measure this paper. And we have to copy the Big Dipper. We're using technology, obviously, because this is online learning. And we're using engineering to make a cover for our thing. Uh-oh, I didn't think about the holes. Do you see where I'm going? You would make a cover, but you have to be careful not to cover any holes where the Big Dipper is. Okay, so then you would turn on your phone, and of course you have to tape this down, or maybe you staple it down, or maybe you glue it down. Is it going to keep in the light? Yes, this is what I want. And then you wait till it gets dark in your house, and you see if these lights are going onto the wall. Are they going onto the page? What are you going to do if it doesn't work? What will you change? It's not a mess up. We're inventing something. So what will you change if this does not make the light hit the wall in the nighttime? I know what I would change, but I want to hear from you. So I'm going to say goodbye. Happy inventing. Shout out to Miss Michelle, Miss Kelly, and Miss Ford. And please send them your artworks so I can talk about them and put them on the blog. Okay, see you next time.